lost in her fantasy when a sudden wave of nausea hit her. She leaned over and vomited into the small clay container she normally used at night. That was when it struck her. She hadn't seen her monthly flow for 2 months. "Ah, how did I not notice?" she muttered, holding her head. The women in the village were overjoyed. At last, they believed their husbands would stop hovering around EKE like flies drawn to palm wine. Their happiness was so deep that they went to the market to buy the finest fabrics and cooked big pots of agusi soup to celebrate. Meanwhile, their husbands moved around with long faces, no appetite, looking as if the world was ending. Soon, the village chiefs began trooping into EKE's compound one by one, their hands full of gifts: gold jewelry, gold bars, goats, baskets of yam, chickens, even land documents. These were the traditional gifts meant for any woman destined to become queen of Idimili. Inside her small hut, EKE lay on her raffia mat, daydreaming about life as the queen. She imagined herself adorned in coral beads, issuing commands, eating the best food, and living in the grand palace. She was lost in her fantasy when a sudden wave of nausea hit her. She leaned over and vomited into the small clay container she normally used at night. That was when it struck her. She hadn't seen her monthly flow for 2 months. "Ah, how did I not notice?" she muttered, holding her head. Of course she didn't notice. She'd been too busy collecting gifts and entertaining the endless stream of men who had been visiting her these past weeks. And now the worst part? She had absolutely no idea who was responsible for the pregnancy. She had been with hundreds of men in just 1 month. Panic gripped her. Should I still go ahead and marry the king? What if he finds out? But almost immediately, another thought entered her mind, sly and dangerous. How will he find out if I play my role well? Then a wicked smile spread across her face. She would pin the pregnancy on the king. After all, the king only had 2 daughters. His wife had died while giving birth to the younger one. If the gods favored her and she gave birth to a boy, she would secure her place as queen mother and rule the kingdom forever. She smiled to herself, her eyes gleaming with mischief. When the wedding day finally arrived, it was grander than anything Idimili had ever seen. Kings and chiefs from faraway villages attended, each bringing gifts so lavish that EKE's descendants would not finish spending them. The women danced with joy, some even more than EKE herself. To them, this was the day of their freedom. The men, on the other hand, wiped tears from their eyes, mourning their loss. After all the festivities, night fell. In the royal chamber, EKE lay beside the king, eager to put her plan into action. She needed to sleep with him that night so she could claim the pregnancy as his. But the king was already fast asleep, snoring loudly like a tired goat. The day's stress had completely drained him. EKE grew desperate. She shook him gently. No response. She shook him harder. Still nothing.